Well, I played Mixtape. I wanted to be as fair as I possibly could with this so-called video game. I thugged it out. I already knew I wasn't gonna like this game, bro. I knew I wasn't. And now that I actually played it, my guy... Look. I don't think I've ever played through something that I genuinely, like, hated this much. Like, really had to thug it out. You know? I've played bad games before. Like Batman Dark Tomorrow. That's a terrible game. It's an awful game. But you know what? At least it wasn't just one interactive cutscene. That is what Mixtape feels like. Like, it just feels like one long interactive cutscene for a lot of the game. And then for the parts where there's like very little gameplay, like silly things, like walking around, like there's just a lot of walking. A lot of walking. There were parts where I literally did not have to press anything. Like you don't have to press anything. The only reason you should press buttons playing this is if you are trying to 100% it, and you already know me, I don't care to achievement hunt. I want to have fun playing the game. There's no fun to be had playing this. Because there's not much to play. It's not like Space Marine 2 where you're constantly parrying attacks, shooting your enemies in the head. It's not a fighting game when you're constantly having to keep up with your opponent or anything like that. It's a walking sim, and occasionally you press buttons. But there's a lot of watching. And the writing is cringe. It's very cringy. Just exactly what you would expect from millennials. Like, I don't know. Like, you just know this game was made by leftists. You know it was. Now, another thing about this game is that it's supposed to be nostalgic, right? Nostalgic to the 90s. To the 90s era, I suppose, right? Because the game takes place in 1999. Now, as a 90s baby myself, who remembers the end of the 90s and the beginning of the 2000s, I remember all of that. This game feels absolutely nothing like 1999. And what throws me off is the soundtrack. Like, don't get me wrong, I like most of the songs in that soundtrack. I mean, you had Susie Sue's in there, Lush, Smashing Pumpkins, Silverchair, but when I think 90s, especially late 90s, I don't think Susie Sue's. That's 80s. Iggy Pop, that's definitely not 90s. Devo, definitely not 90s. And what's confusing to me is the fact that you put Silverchair in there, right? And don't get it twisted, I love Silverchair, but for crying out loud, you didn't even put Nirvana, you didn't put Alice in Chains, you didn't put Soundgarden, you didn't put Pearl Jam, you didn't put any of the big four. You put a post-punk, a post-grunge band in there. But you didn't put any of the big four. Why? Why not? Like, when I think 90s, I think of Deftones, Missy Elliott, Eminem, and Jay-Z. That's what I'm thinking. Not Devo. I'm not thinking of Devo. That was weird. There was only one part of the game I liked when they were downhill jamming on skateboards to Lush.
Which way did you go?
Through the new estate!
Badass. I thought you got hit by a truck.
I love that part of the game. That's the only part of the game I love because I actively do it on a regular basis. I'd be downhill jamming to shoegaze in this town. I all the time. Peep the board. All the time. I do that all the time here. I'd be jamming to Lush, Day Aches, friggin' Deftones, Split Chain. They're pretty new, but like, yeah, shoegaze. I'd be shoegazing on my skateboard pretty freaking heavy. Okay, so I liked that part. Everything else about this game, it was boring. There was a point where I got so bored, I just let the game play itself. The rumors about this game playing itself are freaking true. I literally let the game play itself, and I just sat here, turned on my RG477M, and started playing Spyro a Hero's Tale.
Thank you, Stacy. I'm so sorry. I was a total dick. I'm sorry, too. Dope, good. Let's leave it at that. How did you know my dad was coming?
The cops busted a party. Your dad came over.
While it was playing for a good, 2 minutes. What baffles me is how many people online are acting like this game is like a masterpiece. This is not a masterpiece. This game, this is barely a game. It's barely a video game. You think this is a masterpiece? If this game is a 10 out of 10, Space Marine 2 must be an 100 out of 10, homie. Mass Effects 1, 2, and 3 must be an 1,000 out of 10, homie. This is not a 10 out of 10 game. This is indeed a freaking industry plant. Like, y'all know Anita Sarkeesian is behind this, right? That's how you know this can't be freaking trusted. Don't get it twisted. If you like MIXTAPE, power to you. But I'm sorry, this game, I mean, I can't even call it a game, bro. I can't even call it a game. There's no challenge. There's no sense of satisfaction or victory. Not really. The story, I didn't find the story that interesting. I tried to get into it, but the dialogue was so cringy. Like, cussing just to cuss, I hate that, personally. I don't even like cussing myself. I don't like doing it. I go out of my way not to do it. I mean, y'all know I'm a Christian, right? So it's like, I don't like to cuss. I just don't like cussing. I try not to freaking cuss, man. So, if I were to rate this game, man, it's not even a game. For me, I gotta keep it a buck. It gets a 2 out of 10, man. It's a 2 out of 10. There's so much cap for this game, bro. There's so much cap for it. Like, let me tell you something. The people that genuinely believe that this game is the best game they've played all year, they must suck at a lot of games. Hey, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Or maybe, I gotta keep it real. Some people just have crappy taste. And I think it's okay to say that sometimes. They're trying to make games like this normal. I hate to break it to y'all. Games like this will never be normal. This will never be mainstream. Real gamers, including the ball and gun gamers, the gamers that just want to play Fortnite all day, even they wouldn't touch this. This will never be mainstream. Don't try to make it mainstream. You're going to fail. We're not gonna buy this. I played this through Game Pass. If this wasn't on Game Pass, I wouldn't have played it. I just didn't want to be one of the people hating on something and hadn't played it yet. Okay? I gave it a chance. I think it's terrible. This is not a game. Okay? Stop capping. Just stop capping, bruh. Review over. Deuces.